Often it comes up as a question I get asked by my students. How do you control what occurs in your mind before battle? I tell them very simply, I use three words. Three words, and all of the issues, all of the doubts, all of the worries disappear. They disintegrate. Those three words are the most powerful words in the English language. So be it. So be it. Will I die in this confrontation? You don't know. You don't know the outcome. That's the bottom line. If you're worried about it, you're not gonna perform at your best potential. That side of it is out of your hands. So be it. If you're concerned about the repercussions afterwards, whether that be legal or comebacks from gangs, etc., in which I've dealt with in a high volume, both, having worked the doors in London and also prior to my door work, being involved in gang activity in London. Again, three words, so be it. The bottom line is this: you cannot change the outcome in terms of trying to logically think it through, because right at that moment in time, this is part of our CAT, our chemical awareness training. When you're under the adrenalized state and all the chemicals are being released into your body, parts of your body are going to begin to shut down. This is a whole entire genre and lesson module that we go through. As I said, I name it CAT, chemical awareness training. The bottom line is the time for logical thinking, reasoning, etc. is not on the battlefield. It's not at the time of battle. Yeah, it's not there. When you go primal, you go primal. You go primal for a very good reason. Forces that are greater than yourself created us that way. Therefore, rely upon that fact, yeah, and give it up to the universe that so be it. What happens is it gives you clarification. When you have that clarification in your mind, it allows you to see more clearly, no distractions. This increases your awareness. It allows you to operate under your best potential at the time. And pay attention, this is very, very important. And this goes through all aspects of your life. I used to say, in my early days on the door, I used to say two words: fuck it. I still hear people referring to those two words to this day. People in high places within the industry, all around the world. That's fine, that's all really good. But what I've come to realization is when you use those two words, it's likened to a brawler's mentality. So if we talk a bit more in depth about that real quick, what is a brawler? A brawler is a lesser skilled, a more unskilled person who has experience and is up for it, and it's more heart than it is tactic. From a professional standpoint, the three words "so be it" it delves into a different kind of realm within your mind and within your spiritual connection too. The most spiritual moments that you can be in ever is two experiences, two separate types of experiences that I've gone through. One is facing death, which has happened to me on more occasions than I wish to even remember, but I can't help but remember. And the other is when you're present while someone dies and they take their last breaths. There's a spiritual connection that is unexplainable. You just have to experience it. The bottom line, for me, when you use the word "so be it," having that more spiritual connection, I swear to you, it enhances your awareness. It enhances your abilities. You're much more focused. Determination is always going to be there if you're a fighter anyway. I mean, if you're a fighter rather than a flighter or a freezer, yeah? The 3 F's. So be it. When I say about this applying to every aspect in your life, whenever anyone has something that they hold over you as leverage to get their way, their wicked way on you, for example, you got threats of being killed, so be it. When you say those words, you take away the care, the fact that they possibly could. Very powerful, empowering words. Say, for argument's sake, you're in a relationship. It's not a great one. A love is involved. Heart clouds judgment. When someone you're in a relationship with holds over you the fact that they'll leave you, so be it. As soon as you say those words, you gotta mean them. In every scenario that I'm talking about, you have to mean them. You take away the power that they thought they held over you. If you work for somebody, the whole idea of you working for them is they're in charge of you. You have to do what they tell you to do. And if you don't, you no longer have a job. Guess what? So be it. Remove their power. Empower yourself. Those 3 words, they make all the difference. You're in control. It's your life. You choose what risks you take. So be it. I'm gonna come back to a point I made in this. When I said about you have to mean it when you say it. This is like in a meditative way, like reflective practice, post-battle, pre-battle. Even if you've never had any violent encounters and experiences in your life, it's a situation where you come to terms on your own. Take a moment, ponder on it, accept it. It's a reality. We live in a harsh world, man. Like, there's no running from that fact. The things that are going on in life right now, if you live with the fear-mongering that's going on, that's not a life at all. Which brings me to another saying that goes back to my ancestors. That saying is, if you have to crawl to live, stand and die. And I mean them. I mean, so be it. And I mean, if I have to crawl to live, I'll stand and die. Straight up and down. I'm never gonna live my life for somebody else. It's my life, my legacy, what I leave behind, my choice. If I don't leave nothing behind, it was my lack of work rate, it was my lack of taking risks that done it. But you're damn sure, you better be damn sure that I'm gonna leave a legacy behind me. Going back to my point, in the meditative state, reflective practice, so on and so forth. Face the realities of the world, of this world that we live in. Face these realities. Accept them. So be it. And mean it. You have to mean it. When you mean it, take away all of its power. Mean those 3 words, so be it. You empower yourself. You're in charge. You're in control. It's your destiny, your path, You choose your path. Don't let no one hang anything over you. So to go back to the original topic of this conversation, and my answer to this very common question that occurs: when something is about to go down, say those 3 words, either in your head or out loud. Mean it. Don't let that time be the first time that you've said those words. Before any of it happens, even after just listening to this, take a moment. Take a moment, give yourself a moment, give yourself that little time. Think about your worst case scenarios. Ponder on them. Accept the reality of them. So be it. Remember, what is not in your hands, what is out of your hands, is not your problem. So if it's out of your hands, so be it. In the CAT, the chemical awareness training, we talk about at one point, what is fear? The definition of fear is the feeling of the unknown. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what potentially can happen. All of the academics, philosophers, etc., that go down that path, they'd love to talk it out, have a debate, discuss all the potential topics that could come up, that could arise. But the bottom line is, nobody knows. It's hearsay, it's theory. The practical is to say, so be it, and get on with it. That's me out, David Kyriacou, also known as Hydra, at Hydra Kyriacou.